Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up. I'm the Marshmallow Master of Ceremonies, Run 7. How you doing? Joining me today is Hollywood and Forza for Forza's Defense Up review. If you've never seen one of these before, we grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their proper placement, their ISOs, their power levels, and what kind of mood I'm in. Forza, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
Oh, great. Hollywood, how you?
Oh, I'm just sparkling.
Okay, so we're gonna tread all over this defense now. Forza was supposed to be up last week, and so he's got lots of time to have tweaked his defense in preparation for this. And right off the bat, team number 1, Forza, I see that you still have no ISOs on your Hydra 1.0. What's going on with that?
I actually been focusing on other stuff, so I actually completely forgot about putting ISOs on the other teams apart from Red Skull. I believe I've got ISOs on, and that's the only one at the moment. But yeah, I still need to get the others on the other ISOs on the other Hydra team, but yeah. I'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, I would just throw on either Fortifier for everybody or Healer for everybody, level 1. Don't get carried away. Placement on this team doesn't matter so much. Your power level on this is so low. I mean, they're just a filler, you know. I don't think anybody's even going to bring anything in. This team actually has a little bit more value than it did previously because you can no longer spare Black Bolt to come in and kill this team. You can no longer spare anybody. Basically, it's like come in with a punch down of a junk team or use maybe power armor on a punch across or a small punch down. That's about it, really, is the best allocation of resources. So building this team up, it has some value. I don't know if it's a top priority at this point, but, you know, you could. I would say that with what you're rocking right here, it's not really wasting any resources. You're just filling a defense. But I would like to see those ISOs on here. You could tinker with the placement. I kind of like putting the Hydra Sniper somewhere in the middle and Red Skull somewhere in the middle, and it makes it so that when you go in there with like War Machine and he hits like 3 adjacent people, it's hard to hit who you want to because you're either hitting Red Skull or you're hitting somebody on the outside and you're missing somebody. So there's something to do. A little bit of tinkering. It's not really that important. I'm going to give you just a C- for this. It's not very great, but who cares anyway. Team number 2 is your Fantastic Four with She-Hulk. Let's see. You did the Striker Skirmisher combo on most of them. You have Fortifier on Johnny instead of Striker. Is that because Johnny's so squishy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's fine. If you can build this team up, you should. They make a formidable defense, but at this low power level, that's totally useless. So it's kind of like, if you're looking to build up another team, this is a place you could look, but it's kind of low on your list of priorities. Aside from that Fortifier, I think your ISOs are pretty good. You could put Skirmisher on Invisible Woman. And you could put Fortifier on She-Hulk at that lower level. Once you get her build up, she doesn't need Fortifier anymore. Healer works. But she's so slow that, and her health bar isn't so fantastic that she doesn't benefit from that healer ISO too much. I'm going to give you a C for this team. It's nothing special. Maybe put She-Hulk out on the outside too, just in case, since she's drawing the taunt. Team number 3.
Cool.
I've got Shield, old school Shield. Now, this is the correct people and the correct placement. You need to be putting Raider on everybody except for Medic. You could put Healer on Medic and you could put Healer on Shield Security, but you need to get Raider at least level 1 on everybody else because they have a lot of crit features built into them. The reason you have Assaulter in here instead of anybody else is because Assaulter gives them more crit chance. Now, again, this team is food for the symbiotes. It's food for Axemen. It's at a low enough power level. No one's really giving it too much thought. If you want to make this team better, you would replace Fury with Kestrel. You'd probably replace Assaulter with, I don't know, some other plug-and-play character. You could make that Black Bolt Inhuman hybrid thing with Coulson and Crystal and Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, and then throw in somebody like Silver Surfer or something. Would make for a really good a really good defense. But honestly, again, it's like you want to reserve your resources for the most impact. And as we've been moving through these teams, we've been getting to more and more impactful teams, but these are really old meta teams, and they're so far behind, it's not really worth catching up. With the new Secret Avenger team that just came out, this patch, they might be able to work with some of these characters, and that might be an option, but it's a little too soon to tell. I like that you're using the right people. You got the right placement. You're close on most of those ISOs, but you need to add some and change that one. So I'm going to give you a C+ for this. We're moving up. Okay, team number 4 is your Heroes for Hire, but you're missing Colleen Wing. Where's Colleen Wing?
I still haven't unlocked her yet, but I will do hopefully soon.
Hopefully, okay. Just a few shards away or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I think about 14 away, so it's literally just one premium all pull, and then I basically unlocked her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's gonna, double the potential of this team. I think since they already have their hard counter out there, which is the Infinity Watch, and they're only gonna get more counters, and there's already some ways to beat them without Infinity Watch, I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't put any T4s in the team basically, unless you're really into it. I mean, if this defense is something you really got excited about and want to do, you can still make it super tough. But I wouldn't put any T4s in this team. I believe Misty Hollywood, isn't Misty she's a skirmisher, and Colleen Wing is the striker. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and JJ could probably be a skirmisher on this rather than a striker. Doesn't really matter, though. She's probably going to get replaced. Of course, Punisher is going to be going into the Skilletary team. I like him as a raider, though. He has a lot of splash damage. You got healers on the other guys. So, yeah, go ahead and put the skirmisher on Misty while you're waiting. Get Colleen Wing on this team. She will go in place of JJ in this placement. No, I'm sorry. She'll go in place of she'll go in place of Punisher on this placement, and then you can leave JJ. JJ's actually really good. She has that passive resistance boost to the rest of the team, and she's actually a really good choice for a 5th on this team right now. I don't like wasting some of those uber characters on this defense, because once you bring in Infinity Watch, they're dead. Doesn't matter who you bring in as a 5th, they're dead. So, yeah. So I like who you're using. The ISOs are pretty close, and you just need to work on getting that one character unlocked. I think it'll really be a game changer. I'm going to give you a B- for this team. We're moving up. Team number 5, Wave 1, classic build. You've got the correct people, the correct placement. You've got the correct ISOs, except I think we should be going Striker on either Black Widow or a Hawkeye, your choice. But one of them needs to be the opposite, because they call each other for assists, and you can get the Striker Skirmisher combo going there. And then Thor should be a Raider, but you've already kind of overinvested in him, and his second choice is Striker for just the direct damage. So I guess probably leave it. But I would have liked to see Thor as a Raider on this team, because he's chain attacks and AoEs all over the place. Plus, it gives you more opportunities to get the vulnerables out there, which you probably got vulnerables in spades because you have 2 skirmishers on this team, and you only need one of them to be a skirmisher. So little tweak to those ISOs. Okay. The power level's good. The placement's good. I kind of like this team. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a B for this. Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Team 6 is the Mercs, and okay, you need to swap places with Taskmaster and Killmonger, and then your ISOs are all screwed up on this team. Taskmaster should be a skirmisher, and Killmonger. You know what? Forget it. Okay, swap placement with Taskmaster and Killmonger, but leave the ISOs the same. Because really the only opportunity for the Skirmisher Striker combo is off of Killmonger, and Killmonger has better synergy with the Raider ISO 8. So keep it the way it is, although if you build up Riot Guard a little bit more, you could change him from a fortifier to a healer. But yeah, that's okay. Traditionally, we do Skirmisher as on Taskmaster. He sets the vulnerable after assisting one of the Mercs, and then the Mercs counterattack off of that vulnerable for the triple hit combo, and that's why you do all the Mercs as strikers and Killmonger as a skirmisher. But since we brought in Shuri, and then Shuri has synergy with Killmonger, and Killmonger has synergy with the Raider ISO, and then Lieutenant has synergy with the Healer ISO, people are starting to leave that by the wayside. I personally like maximizing on the Skirmisher Striker combo as much as possible. But I'm going to roll with this. I just want you to report back to me and see how you do defensively. Does this team get you wins? Is it working for you? I'd like to know a little bit more. I think the power levels are great. Yeah. I'm going to give you an A- for this, simply because I think that the ISOs should be different. But as a secondary pick for ISOs, this should work, and I'm very curious to see how it plays out. So report back to me. Let me know after today's war how they do. All right.
Will do.
Team number 7, Emmarauders. Looks like you got a classic build with proper placement, or at least close enough. I mean, there's some people who nitpick about where Mystique should go, but I think you're fine right there. Fortifier, Raider, Healer, Skirmisher, Healer looks good. Power levels are good. You could bring up Strife a little bit more, but the thing is, this team's been countered all to hell and back. So honestly, further investment in this team is kind of a bad idea. One thing I want to do now that I just unlocked Doom is I want to replace Sabretooth and Mystique with Doom and Minerva. And I want to see how that team operates with those two in there, making it quite a bit more difficult for Shadowlands to get in there and work with. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But as is, you're building this team exactly the way you should. Bring up Strife's power level a bit, and you're going to have the classic build for this. I just think that this team should be hybridized at this point. They've got too many counters. So A- for that. You're looking pretty good. And team number 8. This is the one I wanted to get to. What the hell is going on with team number 8, man? What do you got going on here? What is this team? Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out without you telling me. So you've got Drax to lead off with the taunt, and then Sif is supposed to take over the taunt. You're not using Sif or Heimdall anywhere, so you're hoping that Sif is going to protect from like a blind attack, like if somebody takes Brotherhood in here, maybe. I don't know what Vision is for other than to try and clear positive effects, but Vision's the least powerful in here, so he's not clearing anything. And then you've got your damage dealer of Silver Surfer. Now you're trying to keep people away from Silver Surfer with 2 tanks and give him some sort of support and clear the way for him. I just don't think that these characters are powerful enough to do that. What am I anywhere near this, or what did you have in mind?
Yeah, it's pretty much that, and plus, I don't really have a team that I can think of to put in the defense, so that's why I've kind of gone with the Sif, Heimdall, and Drax, just because of not having Hela, because I want to eventually use her in the Hela Natural. With, I think maybe with Loki, but yeah, that's why I've kind of split those up, because I've got 4 in the Wave 1 Avengers, and that's why I just really don't really know what to use as a 8th defense team, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So the thing is that the only valuable character that you're using here is Silver Surfer. And you're trying to make it a formidable defense. You're trying to give Silver Surfer enough time that he can like ping some people and stuff. I don't think at 3 red, Silver Surfer is powerful enough to carry this bag of garbage to the end of the driveway. I think you should run Silver Surfer on offense, personally. And then
I second that.
right? Hollywood, do you got any ideas on what he could use as a defense that we haven't gone over? I'm trying to think what we haven't seen that's decent.
Well, like, Forza doesn't really have a team that you just throw some junk in every now and then.
Yeah.
On offense.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think this is some junk that he threw in. and then added Silver Surfer to it to see if it'll give it enough punch. And I think if you had like a 5 red Surfer, then this team would actually warrant a response. But I think you could probably come in here with somebody that has heal block and probably, do pretty well against this with just a garbage. I don't know, like you could probably take this down with like a Hero Brawlers. If you had a 350 Hero Brawlers that you weren't using anyway, you can come in there and probably take this out. Probably. I don't know. You might catch somebody off guard trying to punch up on it, and then Surfer just pulls one out of a hat. I'm not sure. I don't know where this is going. You're not wasting too many resources. Surfer is something you can use on defense. One thing you could try, switch Surfer over to a level 5 healer. If you're going to run him on defense, switch him over to a level 5 healer. He's healing on every single person's turn, enemy or ally. And if they're able to get through Drax and then get to Surfer, then by the time Sif picks up the taunt, it'll give him time to heal right back up to full health. It could be a stubborn team to come across.
Could be. I just feel like that's a waste of ions at that point.
I don't know. I've seen some people run the healer on Surfer lately, and it makes him scary in defense. I don't know. I sometimes tell people to do crazy things just because I want to know how it works, and I don't want to spend the ions doing it myself. So.
The truth comes out.
Okay. I would say go ahead and leave this on defense for now. See if it gets you a defensive victory. See what happens. Who knows? It might. But if in today's war, if you see, hey, I wish I would have had my Surfer for this offensive battle, then you kind of know. And, but if this team racks up 3 defensive victories, well, okay, maybe we should all take a look at it. I just don't think you're going to get far. The biggest liability is Vision. He's garbage. He's not doing anything for this team. He's not going to land his ability block. His power levels are so low. He's not clearing anything. He's not getting it done, man. You should probably take him out and see if you can put something better in. It might work actually pretty good. Swap him out with Doc Ock. Run the old school Sinister 6 team and put your Doc Ock in place of Vision. And now you're swinging a pretty big stick because those deflects on Drax and Silver Surfer are going to stack up. They're going to have trouble getting through that. Those heals for the rest of the team. It's just going to be a stubborn team to get through. And somebody's probably going to have to punch down into it. And that's what you're really going for. So, I don't know. It's an interesting team. It's something to work with. I like that you're trying here. I can tell that you put thought into this team. That's the important thing. You put thought into this team. It has some logical function to it. Just curious how it's going to play out.
So he's basically telling you, thank you for thinking.
Yeah, I love seeing new stuff here on Defense Up. I love seeing new stuff. I love the theory crafting. We tend to get a lot of the same defenses and just people just doing a lot of the old stuff the wrong way. So screw it. I'm gonna give you a B for this team. Just it's a curiosity B right there. So all right, if you like what you saw, please give it a like, share it with your friends. You can contact me on Discord, links in the description, if you want to have your defense featured here on Defense Up. And you can always come and catch this live on Twitch. I stream Thursdays, 9 to noon. Remember, don't just have a good game, be good to each other too. Thanks. Bye.